Hi everyone, thank you for joining and welcome back to another episode of Facebook Live. I'm Anna and today we're gonna be decorating these cute and adorable buttercream cupcakes perfect for fall. This is a great activity for beginner decorators, so it's really fun to make. We only need some tips, start tips and some round tips. So it's a very easy activity to make with the kids as well. Now, before we begin, please comment where you guys are tuning in from, and also if you're making or baking something very special for a treat or something for this fall. If you celebrate fall with a certain desserts, we would love to know and hear from you. Now let's begin. For this activity, I'm going to need some I have here some chocolate cupcakes, and we need certain tips. I have tip number 4B, which is this one. I need tip 18, which is a small star. I also need tip 1M, tip number 3 over here, and I also have my tip 352, which is this one for making leaves. Now for the first one, I'm going to use my tip number 1M. I have my buttercream icing, this one is orange, and I'm going to just place my tip on top of my cupcake. I always like to start on the outer edge of my cupcake. I'm going to squeeze and move my tip around my cupcake until I get to the center and until I get to the desired height. Stop squeezing and then pull away, okay? That's how we make a swirl. Now, for the tendrils and the stem, I'm going to use my tip number 3, which is this small dot, and I'm going to start on the center here, okay, on top of it. It's important to always start from this section so that everything meets together. I'm going to start here and I'm going to make like 2 little circles like that, like this, okay? And let's make 3 of them. Over here, let's make another one, 1, 2, like this, and the third one, 1 and 2, just like that. Okay, now for the stem, I'm going to start in the center and I'm going to do like a dot, like elongated dot. Okay, started here in the center, squeeze, stop squeezing and pull away. Now I'm going to change my tip to the tip number 352. That's why this coupler is always very useful when we want to use 2 different tips with one same color. Let me wipe my hand and we're ready. Now this tip over here, you can hold it like this, like a little mouth, or you can hold it like that. The way we hold it for making a leaf, it's like that, like a little mouth, okay? So I'm going to touch my cupcake, squeeze, let the icing come down to form the base. Stop squeezing and pull away. Like that. And let's form 2 leaves. The other one will be over here, okay? Squeeze to form the base. Stop squeezing and pull away. Now I'm pulling away in that same direction so that my leaf stays like that, okay? It doesn't come down, which I don't like. Now let's continue with the next one, okay? For this one, I'm going to be using my tip 4B, and I'm going to form a mound in the center, okay? Because that will help me form my pumpkin, like that. Now, a good tip is that if you use your toothpick, you can mark your mound in 8 different sections so that you know, 8, there we go, that in each section you will form one part of the pumpkin. For this one, we're gonna be forming a shell. Starting on the outer edge of my cupcake, I'm going to squeeze heavier and then decrease the pressure as I get to the top of my cupcake. Stop the pressure and pull away. This time, I'm going to pull away in a different direction to the side so that I don't get like the point very, high. So I'm going to move my cupcake a little bit and then I'm going to form the next one over here. Squeeze, decrease the pressure, and pull away. I'm gonna be doing the third one over here. 3, and then 4. When we get to 4, we have to see that our lines are of the pumpkins that we're making has to like be covering half of our cupcake, okay? Just like that. Now let's continue with the next one. 5, 6, again, we're forming a shell. 7, and the last one will go over here in this little space that I have. And 8. Stop the pressure and pull away. Look at that. Looks pretty nice. I like it very much. Okay, like that. Now, let's change our tip to tip number 3. Again, to make the tendrils and the stem. And we're doing the same as we did with the other one. Starting here on top of our cupcake, I'm going to squeeze and form 2 little circles. You can make 2 or 3. It doesn't matter. That's fine, like that, okay? I like making 3. Now, let's change our tip to tip 352 again to form the leaves. Ah, no, I forgot the stem. So let's continue with our tip number 3. Like this, squeeze, make an elongated dot, stop squeezing and pull away. And then it's the moment to change to our tip number 352. Okay, let me clean my tip. It's really important to always clean your tip before you start decorating, okay? So look at my stem. And then for the leaf, touching our cupcake, I'm going to squeeze to form the base of my leaf. Decrease the pressure while I'm pulling away in that same direction. Okay, like that. Now let's make another one over here. Squeeze, decrease the pressure and pull away. Just like that. And for the third one, I'm going to be using a tip number 18, which is a small star, like this one. And for this one, we also need a mound in the center, but this time we have to have a better pressure because since it's a smaller tip, we have to make a bigger mound, okay? Just like that. Now, it also helps if you want to mark the 8 sections with your toothpick. I'm going to continue just like this, okay? Now, for this one, we're gonna be making a zigzag, okay? So the movement will be back and forth, just like this, okay? Like this. And pressure control, it's really important. So I'm gonna be starting on the outer edge of my cupcake again. I'm going to squeeze and move back and forth until I get to the top of my cupcake. Stop the pressure and pull away, okay? Now the next one, good pressure control, remember. 2, like that. 3, and then 4, squeeze and jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. 5, and let me make another one over here so you can see what I'm doing. Starting on the outer edge, squeeze and then move back and forth until you get to the top of the cupcake. Stop squeezing and pull away. Like that. And then the last one. If you have like really big spaces, like I have one over here, you can leave it like that. I like it that way, but you can always go back and just like fill it up with a little one, you know, just like that. I don't think it's necessary, but just if you have like a very big gap, you can go back and do it that way. Now, let's change it to our tip number 1. No, sorry, number 3. Always remember to clean your tip. And let's do the tendrils again, starting in the center, like that. And then the third one over here, like that. And the stem. Starting here, squeeze, make an elongated dot, stop the pressure and pull away. Now let's change to tip number 352, and by now you should be an expert on making leaves, okay? So let's just make 2 leaves over here, squeeze and pull away, and then squeeze and pull away. And then there you have it, a garden of pumpkins, perfect for fall. Now, remember to always follow us on wilton.com, and please follow us also on Facebook so that you get the notification when we're having our next Facebook Live. Thank you for watching. I hope that you like this Facebook Live, and we'll see you next time. Bye!